What's up, everybody? This is Mastery and Gamer, and we just got the in-game gameplay trailer for the new damage hero, Vendetta. Yes, Blizzard at long last had to acknowledge what role Vendetta is at this point, and it was leaked multiple times. There was a lot of evidence just from the hero itself, and yes, she is a damage hero. Not a tank, not a damage tank hybrid. She is a straight-up damage hero. But I'm not complaining. I think she's a very cool damage hero, very unique in how melee focused she is as a damage hero. And we're going to jump now into the abilities of Vendetta now that they've been revealed, starting off with just a quick overview as shown in the ability breakdown. A lot of her abilities very slashy, jumpy, blocky. It's kind of hard to tell which abilities are which actually from just the gameplay trailer itself. So we're going to mainly be focusing here on the sheet of abilities that Blizzard has posted, starting off with her primary weapon, the Palatine Fang. Hard light greatsword combo swings to end with a destructive overhead slash. So this seems to be like a 3-strike combo type ability where she slashes 3 times, each time in a slightly different direction. So I don't know how similar it is to just the animation of Reinhardt's melee swing where, you know, he swings right to left to right to left as just part of the natural animation of swinging a hammer, as opposed to this being like a different type of attack with each of these 3. It's maybe just 2 forward swings and then a downward swing. I don't know if they have like a different hitbox between the 3 or not. Can't really tell, but there is a ranged ability we see her happening as well, which we'll be getting to in just a second. But first up, we have her alternate fire, which is warding stance. Block with your sword, reducing frontal damage and deflecting melee attacks. Blocking damage depletes energy. So this seems to be pretty similar to other blocking abilities we've seen. Rather than having a duration meter though, like say Hazard's block ability or Doomfist, it seems like instead it can be held indefinitely and is only depleted by taking damage. That's how I'm interpreting it from this description, and is basically how she protects herself when she's in the thick of things. However, while she is doing this blocking technique, she does get access to Projected Edge. Available while warding stance is active, consume energy to fire a wide projectile. So I'm assuming this is going to be like Brigitte's Shield Bash, where it's an ability she can only actually use while holding up that warding stance defensive maneuver, and I do believe is the slash ability we see her using at various points in this trailer that does have that ranged aspect to it. Again, very similar looking to a Fire Strike. Her other 2 abilities, though, are very mobility-based, so she has Soaring Slice, hurl your sword in the direction you're facing and then fly to it. That's the big cool animation we saw in her teaser trailer that I assumed was going to be tied to her ultimate, but apparently is not. It's just one of her default abilities to be able to throw the sword and then fly to it, so that'll give her some vertical mobility, and they even show in the gameplay that it can be used to recover from falling off ledges. And the other ability then is Whirlwind Dash. Rush forward into a circular slash. So a lot like Junker Queen's ultimate here, but not as powerful, I'm gonna assume. But it does give her a sort of dash forward with a big AoE damage spin of the sword. Her passive ability then is Onslaught, basically exactly what we saw the Lupa mask doing during the Masquerade event, where striking enemies increases movement and attack speed. We don't know how much it stacks per se. It might be the same as the mask or might be tuned a little bit differently, but either way it is that same mechanic in play. And then the ultimate is Sundering Blade. Cleave through most defenses, dealing severe damage to enemies in front of you. Now that sounds pretty simple and kind of ambiguous on paper. Based off of what we see in the gameplay trailer, it looks to be like a ground-based kind of Earth Shatter type thing. It almost feels more like Venture's ultimate, where it just shoots like a beam basically of like damage that I'm assuming just hits anything in front of it and probably penetrates barriers from what I'm going to assume here based on the way it says it bypasses defenses, but it's kind of hard to tell just from the gameplay itself. As for her perks, her minor perks are Siphoning Strike. Overhead Strike gains 30% lifesteal, which I believe is referring to just her primary attack, where the combo ends in what is previously referred to as an overhead slash. Here it's called an overhead strike. I think those are the same things, and that's just a typo, more or less, on Blizzard's part. I think that's what's going on here. Her second minor perk then is Relentless. Onslaught can stack 3 more times, increasing attack speed by 5% and movement speed by 4% per stack. So whatever amount Onslaught is already able to stack to, it can go 3 further, giving it even more. Then major perks, Swift Vengeance. Last player to land a killing blow on you becomes a target. Eliminate the target to gain 125 overhealth and reset cooldowns. Really interesting perk there. It's almost like a revenge bounty hunter type perk where somebody kills you and then you get a benefit for killing them after the fact. My first impression is that that is a very situational perk to take. But I don't know, I guess we'll see once we actually get to play her. And then her other major perk, Raging Storm. Whirlwind Dash continues to spin, hitting 3 more times for 40 damage in a wide area. So that's kind of just like a buff to the Whirlwind Dash ability that presumably makes it bigger, more damage dealing, that sort of stuff. So there we go. We now have the abilities of the new hero Vendetta and a look, of course, at her in-game model. At the very end of the trailer, we also get a look at what could be either a victory pose or perhaps her sitting emote, or maybe both, since oftentimes they'll reuse animations for both emotes and victory poses. And at various points throughout the trailer itself, we get little snippets that are possibly highlight intros or other emotes. Especially at the beginning, we get what looks like it could easily be a highlight intro in play here. And overall, yeah, I think she's more or less exactly what we expected in terms of a melee damage hero. A lot of mobility, a decent amount of ranged options for her. She's not strictly melee bound. Very interesting character, one which I am definitely excited to get to play once her trial starts next week on November 26th. Coming up not too long from now, but still a bit farther off than I would have liked it to be, especially with us now getting the gameplay trailer and everything. But either way, let me know your thoughts on the new hero Vendetta by dropping a comment down below. Are you excited to get to play her for yourself? Do you have thoughts one way or the other about this character? Let me know. And otherwise, if you haven't seen it already, be sure to check out my video covering Season 20, all the details we have on the upcoming season, what we know so far. And otherwise, be sure to subscribe, hit up that bell icon, follow me on X, and join my Discord server to hang out. Never miss any future Overwatch 2 news streams and other content. Special thanks to my YouTube channel members who help make these videos possible. If you'd like to join them to earn some cool rewards, then just hit that join button down below. Otherwise, this is Master Ian Gamer signing off, and until next time, have a great day.